Good morning. I'm Allison Bologna. I'm here in Cranston at our studios here at NBC 10, and I'm joined by Liz Bateson, who's been very, very busy this morning riding the ferry to and from between Bristol and Providence on the news of the day. Liz, good morning. Where are you right now?
Good morning. So I am on the ferry once again. It's my fourth trip of the morning, and I'm headed from Providence to Bristol. Luckily, not seasick just yet.
Okay, not just yet. So you've been noticing how many people have been coming on board and not. We got a live interview with you on Sunrise earlier with somebody who was actually just coming in, not because of the traffic necessarily, but to get a cup of coffee. Hey, that works too. But the idea is this is going to cost taxpayers about $5 million, right? But it's to get in and around Providence with all the congestion from the Washington Bridge. Are you finding that is kind of solving this problem from those folks you've been talking to this morning? Is that why they're on the ferry?
Yeah, so I talked to, the first two rides, there were 17 people total, and that was the busiest that I've seen it this morning. Okay. And it can hold up to 500, so not too busy at all. But again, it was 6 in the morning. It's the first day for it, but yeah, exactly. But they were really excited about it. A lot of them, they live in Bristol. They either work in Providence or they like to go shopping in Providence. And this was just an opportunity for them to avoid the traffic, and especially with everything with the Washington Bridge closure, especially, it's another option for them. And we actually, so we got off the ferry and we drove from Bristol to Providence, and it was 42 minutes. Okay. And this ferry 30. This was just like 40 minutes ago. So we just got on this 8:15 ferry. So we left. I guess we got off around like 7:30 and drove to Providence, and we found we were sitting in traffic along the Washington Bridge. So it was actually quicker for us to ride the ferry.
Sure. Now, what's interesting is we do a ferry service, not for this reason because of the bridge problems, but they did set up a ferry service in the summertime when it's busy between Newport and Providence. And that's done really well over the years, too. So it'll be interesting, even after the bridge is fixed and the lanes open, if any of this will stay around. We'll see. But in general, people seem like they've been having a decent attitude on the ferry, like they're trying to use this workaround.
Absolutely. Yeah. Everyone I've talked to was really excited about it, and they were hoping more people would utilize this, so that could be something, like you mentioned, that would stick around for the summer months. Because right now the contract only goes to March 29th. So 3 months or so. And I think people maybe are hoping it'll last through the summer. At least the people that have been riding it, I'm sure people would have to come out and try it for themselves.
This is Sea Streak, right? The same company that does the ferries over to Nantucket and the Vineyard as well.
Yeah.
So they're closed now. I don't believe there's any more ferries, right, running between New Bedford and Nantucket, for example. So is this the same boat or one of them? Do you know?
Yeah. Yes. Yep. It's the same company. And they also have a Block Island ferry. They have 3 boats that'll be doing this route. So they have Sea Streak, Block Island ferry, and then Rhode Island Fast Ferry. So all 3 of them are having their boats. But Sea Streak is the biggest one. This is the one that can fit 500 people back and forth.
Okay. You know what's interesting, too, is like this is not like a very spotty schedule. It's every half hour from what time to what time, if you can remind us.
It started from 6 a.m. and it'll go every half hour until 7 p.m. So it's constant. And I mean, the first trip we docked on like 6:35, and then we were headed back to Bristol by 6:45. So they have a quick turnaround and
quick turnaround. So what happens on the other end?
Just get on the next one.
If you're coming from Bristol, you're getting dropped off at India Point Park. Is somebody there to pick you up? Is there a bus? I think there's some RIPTA service as well, right? On the other end?
Yes. And then when you get to Bristol, actually, I didn't realize this, but you have to park at Colt State Park, and then there's a shuttle taking drivers to the ferry. So you can't actually park at the dock here in Bristol, but they do have a shuttle that will take you.
Okay, so it's a couple of steps. It is
a couple of steps, exactly. So I think a lot of people I talked to this morning, they actually just walked here. They live right in Bristol, so it was easy for them. But I haven't spoken with anyone that's taken the shuttle. Maybe I'll find someone later on.
Yeah, that might be interesting to see, because I know a lot of people don't really love having the routines messed with too much.
Exactly. And that was a big reason why people, I think, are hoping to utilize this, because a lot of the routine got messed up with the Washington Bridge closure. But then another woman I talked to this morning, Carla, we interviewed her on the Sunrise show this morning, and she told me, and we have her on tape, saying that she was just going to Providence to go to Federal.
Just want a cup of coffee, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's
listen
to her. Now. Okay.
absolutely. I'm planning on taking this regularly to meet up with friends that live in Cranston, Warwick, and the East Side. And I hope commuters that are going to work will use this program. I think it sounds great. And I think it will alleviate a lot of the traffic that's, the traffic mess that has happened because of the bridge problem. Yes, I hope people will use this.
All right, so if Liz Tanner's listening to this from Commerce, they can plug that into their tourism campaign, perhaps. It's another lifestyle way. I guess you could look at this too, in addition to dealing with all the congestion on the Washington Bridge. After we had you on Sunrise riding the ferry, we did start to see around the usual time all the traffic, even with the extra lane, opened up now, still backing up. So we'll see if this is kind of the good fix, the quick fix that the governor's hoping for, Peter Elvidi's hoping for. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Absolutely.
All right, Liz. Well, thanks for your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'll be right
You didn't
here
get
on the
seasick?
ferry.
That's good.
I know, luckily, knock on wood right here.
Okay. All right. We'll see you soon. Thanks, everybody, for turning to 10.